Hello YouTube fans, hello chess fans. I have some great news. There is, at present, the championship candidate match taking place in Russia, where Vishy Anand, of course, is the top of the list because he was the previous world champion. There are 8 players total. There's Karpov, there's Levon, there's, well, I don't know all their names and I can't pronounce some of them anyway. So the point I'm trying to make here is that I think Anand is on fire, and he may, hopefully, I'm a fan of Anand. I mean, I like Carlsen too, and I'm a fan of his too. But I would love to see a rematch. Now, yeah, it's going to be November, and it'll be a year later. But I think Anand is off to a very good start in the possibility of him trying to reclaim, I should say, his title. Now, Vishy Anand is already a 5-time world champion title holder, so if he's not able to do it, then that doesn't take away his abilities in any way. It's just, time passes, new guys come, the young blood comes in. But in any case, let me show you the third game. There's 14 rounds. The first 3 rounds have been played. What I have here is the PGN file for the first 3 rounds. Each player in each round gets to play someone once, so it's 3 rounds, 3 games. So Anand had played 3 games along with everybody else. So this is the third game he played. And the reason why I want to show you this one first is because this is the one where it was a very decisive win. This is the one where you can see Anand's skills. You can see the tiger in Anand. He is back again. So this is, now I know this is a little early yet. There's 11 more rounds to go. So, but if Anand continues to play like this, I think that we will see. I'm hoping anyway that we will see a rematch of Carlsen and Anand. I don't want to take anything away from Carlsen. He's a wonderful, fantastic player, and he's a young guy who's got skills. But just for the sake of the sport, seeing a rematch between the two would be great. As you know, and if you remember, Anand was playing in his hometown in India, and that's where he lost. So it's kind of for you sports fans out there, it was the team losing on their home plate, so on their hometown, so home court, however you want to put it. So anyway, here's this game. I want to race through this quickly. If you go to the website, you can actually find the video, and you can find the live games and everything. Vishy Anand himself said this, as well as the great commentary that King's Crusher was able to give. You'll go to his YouTube channel, you'll see some great commentary. I'm not the expert, that I don't give his great commentary, but I do want to re-mention Vishy Anand is playing white. I'm sorry, scratch that. Vishy Anand is playing black. And right from here where he puts the bishop, he's controlling this square here, is the start of the way he was able to place his bishops to disable his opponents. And again, I can't pronounce the white's name, so you have to excuse me for that. You can see this is where both Vishy Anand and the white player mentioned that, in fact, it was this that caused him to lose. Vishy Anand dominated these 2 squares, not allowing white to put his rooks here. Let's try that again. Okay, not allowing white to put his rooks here, keeping him from the control of the center of the board. So this was a very interesting game. I wonder if I could flip this board in this full screen. Let me see. Well, how about if we do it this way and just flip the board so we can see Anand's view. And let me just go ahead and full screen that again. So there it is. Now that you see it from Anand's point of view, Anand is playing black. You can see where his skills were able to dominate this game by doing this. This is the tiger. This is the Vishy Anand that I knew before he lost to Magnus Carlsen. So, you know, I'm just going to scroll through this quickly. After you saw that, you know, once one of the bishops at least were traded off. At the end of the game, where White had resigned, and any minute now. Okay, there it is. White resigned here. He moved his king to h1, and he resigned. I think that was actually a blunder. I don't know if he could have done anything else here. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think g2 would have helped. No, that wouldn't have helped. There's really not much. This basically is already over. So he moved his king to h1 to resign. So what do you if you give yourself 10 seconds, maybe pause the video, you can probably guess if White did not resign here, if he did something else, or that is if he just did not resign. Vishy Anand had a choice of a couple of moves here, and I can pretty guarantee you right now. I'll give you a hint that it would be with his knight. So I'll give you 10 seconds. Pause the video. All right. So, okay. So here it is. Either check or here. Now I like this one. I like this one because then it forks the rook and the queen. But no matter what he does, you can see, in other words, either way, if the bishop tries to take, either way, if the bishop tries to take whichever move he makes, he exposes the queen to capture. Okay, so that can't be done. Let me see, what else? If the queen takes, let me see, here it is. If the queen takes instead, then the rook is lost. So no matter what happens, let me see if I can just make this move. There we go. So if the queen, not the queen takes, I'm sorry. If the queen takes, if it was a check, if Vishy Anand decided to fork instead, same sort of thing. You can't capture because the queen will be lost. You know, one way or another, he's going to lose one of these pieces. So the game is essentially lost. Let me back up again one more time. If it was the check, let me just say new variation. So like I mentioned before, if the queen took, the rook is lost. You know, the game is over. It's just not going to work out for White at all. No matter what White does, this game is obviously being dominated. And I mean dominated. This is not one of those, yeah, okay, you know, that colored one. This is domination. There's just no way out of this. This White had to resign here. There's just no way. So there you have that. Let me load the next game. Well, I should say one of the first games, because there's only 3 games and I just gave you the last one. Let me, here's the PGN. As you can see, it's, you know, 12 games total in the 3 rounds. It's 4 games per round, and each player plays 3 games in those 3 rounds, you know, 1 game per round. So, all right, so here's, I'm going to go back, I'm going to do this reverse-wise. I'm going to go ahead and go to the middle game where Vishy Anand was playing Topalov, one of the favorites. And let me see, what was the first one? Kramnik is also in this game. No, he didn't play Kramnik. Not this time. He will next. I think the next round he's going to play Kramnik, which is going to be very interesting. But he did play Aronian. Levon Aronian, whichever way it is. And he won. He was playing White. Vishy was playing White. And he did win this game. The draw game, which I'm about to show you right now, against Topalov, was an absolute king versus king, end game draw. I'm going to scroll through this quickly. Actually, if you want to see the moves, I'll show you the moves. There we go. Okay, but you can copy these down, but the PGN is available online. I can point you in that direction. But in any case, here it is. Vishy is playing white. Let me flip the board. Vishy is playing white. It doesn't really matter which way you see it. The obvious thing is that's king versus king. But let me take it towards the beginning of the end. Okay, so Topalov playing white has a pawn majority of 1. Otherwise, the material is absolutely even. But Vishy has, I guess, his pawn's a little further up the board. But I'm pretty certain that Vishy was deliberately, at this point, looking for a draw because he knew about the pawn majority. So the skill of being able to play for a draw on purpose is something to appreciate. So you can see where I think Topalov was probably hoping that his pawn majority would be advantageous. Vishy goes ahead and pushes the king up. Let me just quickly scroll through this. You can see what Vishy is doing. So no matter what white does right now, if it tries to push either one of the 2 pawns, it's going to be taken. So he can't do that. Okay, so it's kind of a jostling around of the kings until he gets to this point where, of course, Topalov takes it. Vishy had pushed a pawn, Topalov takes it, and Vishy just takes that pawn. So now it's a 2-to-1. And there it is. I think at this point, both of them were going to deliberately go for the draw because I think Topalov realized the situation, and basically they just played it to the end, and there it is. Okay, so there it is, king to king draw, absolute material draw. Very interesting to see that happen. Okay, so let's get to the next game. The first game, I should say, where Vishy played Aronian and won with white. Okay, again, there's the move list. You can pause it at any time to copy the move list down, but again, the PGN is available. Okay, and if you're looking for a better commentary and a better analysis of these games, I highly recommend King's Crusher or any of the other YouTube chess channels I subscribe to. You'll find links on my channel. But in any case, I'm going to scroll through this without saying too much, and you can see the opening. If you play this in high definition, yes, please play this in high definition as usual. This is the closed Roy Lopez. Okay, so let's go ahead and scroll through this quickly so you can see some of the game, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip to the end. Okay, so Vishy Anand won with not nearly as decisive as the third game or the first game that I showed you. Nevertheless, this is a win. Levon did resign at this point when Vishy pushed his king there. At this point, in this position, Levon is going to lose either a pawn or a knight, one way or another. It's going to be there's nothing really he can do. He can't capture. He'll just lose that piece. If he tries to protect the pawn, for example, that won't work because he'll just lose the knight, obviously. Okay, I don't know. What else could he do? I don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know. But this is a one position for Anand. So again, I want to congratulate Vishy Anand for starting off hot and on fire with his play, and I'm sincerely hoping that he gets a chance to possibly be the challenger to Magnus Carlsen. And in his case, it would be a rematch. That would be excellent. I would love to see a rematch between these two. So I just hope you enjoy this news as much as I did. This is the candidate match again. Let me actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you the I want to show you the lineup. There it is. The Candidates Tournament 2014 taking place from March 13th. I mean, excuse me, March. Yeah, March 13th. That's right. That's correct. March 13th to April 3rd. Okay. No, I'm sorry. What am I doing? It's scratch that. I'm all mixed up. Here's the date here. Here's the date here. Okay. It's March 13th to March 30th. Okay. So tomorrow is round 4. There's the day off. Today is Sunday. The games are being taken place in Russia. So I don't know what the time zone is there. It's either behind or ahead. I'm not sure which. So depending on what that is, it may have started already, or it may not be until late tomorrow. Let me see. Who do we have Anand playing tomorrow? This is round 1, round 2, round 3 has taken place already. So here's round 4. So tomorrow's round, Anand is playing Kramnik. Vladimir Kramnik is obviously a very famous Grandmaster chess player. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting. Okay. And in round 5, Anand will be playing this Dmitry guy. I don't know him. So, there you have it. Keep on playing. And there goes my clock telling me that it's 9 o'clock. I hope you enjoyed this news. And I'm gonna. Okay, now I was gonna wait for the clock to stop dinging. There it is. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you are crossing your fingers as much as I am for Anand to win this candidate match game tournament so that he can have a rematch with Carlsen. If you're not an Anand fan, well, however you would like to wish this come out, it's up to you. I would say this is the sport of chess, and make the analogies, but I gotta say the differences are that in a chess team you basically have one person, unless you count the team that helps the two challengers study the games, and basically that's their team. But it's not like hockey and football and basketball or baseball, where you have a number of players per team. You essentially have one person is the team. So I happen to be a fan of many chess players. I happen to be a fan of both Magnus Carlsen, the young blood, and Vishy Anand, the old champion. I also am a fan of the many years ago champion, Garry Kasparov. And I don't know if you know this or not, but he also was coaching Magnus Carlsen for some time while he was still a child. So there you have it. Enjoy the game. I can't wait till tomorrow and find out what came of the next round. I may be able to give you another video for tomorrow's round, or I may just be patient and wait for the next two. Like I said before, it's a little early to be sure whether or not Anand is going to be able to continue to be this tiger that he's being right now. But I think I see some positive possibilities. But let's be patient and wait. But there you go. There you have it, and that's what I'm hoping for. He's off to a good start. Keep on playing. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. And